Good morning, student. Today in this video I will teach you how to write a short story. What are the elements that make a good story and what is the structure of the story. So as the day has beginning, middle and end, in the same way a story also has a beginning, middle and end. So let's see what are the main element of a story.
So there are basically 5 elements that makes a good story. Okay, the first is setting, second is character, third is problem, fourth is event, and the last is solution. Okay, so what is setting? Setting is the time and the place of the story. It simply shows where and when the story took place. Okay, so the story may take place in a village, it may take place in a forest. So this is called the setting of the story. The next comes character. As I told you that the various types of characters, basically it may be a man, it may be an animal, or it may be an imaginary character like giant, monster, okay, fairy. So they are called character because they play a very good role in the story. The next is problem. Yes, this is also called conflict. The hero and the protagonist of the story faces some problem. Okay. Next comes event. Event means what? Something happens. Okay. It makes the story very interesting. So there may be one event in the story, there may be two events in the story. So finally, many events can be in the story, and finally the story comes to a beautiful solution, beautiful end, because the problem which was created by other character is solved toward the ends of the story. Okay, that is called solution.
So let's understand the structure and the elements of story with the help of a famous story named A Kulfi for Free.
So let's start the story. The name of the story is A Kulfi for Free. And the story is all about a girl whose name was Bhauri. Bhauri is the main character in the story. She is the protagonist. And she is very simple, very intelligent and very caring girl because she loves all her family members. So let's start the story. Tick tick tock, Bhauri stares at the clock. She drills the ceiling with her eyes. A thom thom thom, her feet cry. So in the beginning of the story, we see that Bhauri was waiting for Kulfi wala. The sound tick tick tock simply indicates toward clock. Okay, that means she was continuously looking at the clock. That day Kulfi wala was late. Okay, she drills the ceiling with her eyes. Here drills means she was rolling her eyes. Okay, continuously she was looking at the ceiling, and thom thom thom, her feet cry. She was tired of waiting. She was just stamping her feet because that particular day Kulfi Kaka was quite late. Trin trin trin, the street calls out. Bhauri runs with her little pouch. So finally she hears the pleasant sound of bell. Trin trin. Okay, that means that the Kulfi wala has come. So she feels greatly delighted and she runs towards the Kulfi wala. So now the story goes upward. Now, how many would you like today, child? Kulfi Kaka has a gentle tone. Now Kulfi wala asked that how many kulfis does she require? Now she makes calculation in her mind. Okay, first she adds the family member, their father, mother and a little brother. Mama and Papa will have a kulfi each. Bablu too will have one. She works the math on her finger. She is quick and lean. 2 plus 1 make 3. 3 times 5 is 15. So first she adds the number of her family member and she multiplies that number with the actual price of kulfi. So when 3 will be multiplied by 5, it will make 15. Nani will lie and say, "No kulfi for me today." But Nani becomes a thief at night, licks one with full delight. Kaka asks, "So how many kulfi does that make?" So now she thinks about her grandmother, who usually doesn't like kulfi, but at night she becomes a thief. Here the word thief means she also like to have kulfi at any cost, and she feels tempted. So finally she added her grandmother also. Now she added one more number. So now again Kaka asks, how many kulfis does that make? She thinks some more. 3 and 1 makes it 4. 5 times 4 is 20. Now she added her grandmother also. So now the final number of kulfi is 4. And when it is multiplied by the actual price of kulfi, it will make 20. But what about you? Kaka laughs. I forgot about me. I need a kulfi too. Here the price of 5 will be 25. So she forgets to count her name. So when got reminded, she added her name also, and now there should be 5 kulfis and the price will be 25. Just as a spying crow in the summer heat flies away with Bhavri's treat. So now the story comes to the middle, okay? And here in the middle of the story we find that the hero and the main character of the story faces a problem. So here a problem comes and it was created by crow. A spying crow snatched her treat. Here treat means her delight, her happiness. Okay? The crow here is addressed as spying crow. That means the crow was secretly looking at her. Had those 25 bucks. Bhavri is crushed, very sad. Now this is the climax of the story. Now we feel that Bhavri becomes quite sad. She becomes quite disappointed. She feels broken, okay? Because she had only 25 bucks. Bucks here means rupee. Kaka says, "Here, take this, a kulfi for free." This lights her up, our dear Bhavri. So now Kaka offers a free kulfi to Bhavri, and in this way this problem comes to an end. Then off he goes. Children await their kulfi dose. Now Kulfi Kaka leaves the street because other children were waiting for him. So now let's understand the structure of the story with the help of this picture. So in the beginning of the story we saw that Bhavri was waiting for Kulfi Kaka. Suddenly tring sound comes, something happens, and she rushes to him to take kulfi. Okay, now the story goes upward. So in the middle of the story we see that a crow comes and it takes her kulfi. So this was the problem created by the crow. Now this point is also called climax. Now the story comes downwards and finally the problem was solved by kulfi wala. Okay, so in this way we can say that the story has a beginning, a middle and an end. So now I will ask you a few questions. Are you ready to answer them? The first is, name the main characters of the story. So can you tell me who is the main character in the story? Bhavri. Yes, Bhavri is the main character in this story. Okay, there are many characters, but 3 and 4 of them are quite passive. So there are three characters who are playing role in the story: Bhavri, Kulfi Kaka, and one more who brings a turn in the story. What is that? Yeah, that is a crow. Crow is also a character in the story who created a problem in the story. Okay, so now the next question. Describe Bhavri. So you have to give few words, few describing words for the main character, that was Bhavri. How was she? So according to me, she was a kind girl. She was very caring. She was very loving, and she was a small girl. So we can say that she was kind, she was little, and can you give other adjective? She was wise, yes. She added all the numbers. She made all calculation on her fingers. This showed that she was quite intelligent and wise girl.
So I think you have understood the main structure and the five element of the story with the help of this beautiful story.